皆様こんにちは、カシオ計算機の上島と申します。本日は、お忙しい中お集まりいただきまして誠にありがとうございます。このような、状況の中ですね、オンラインとリアルなハイブリッドというところでこのようなイベントに、
hybrid event with participants online and offline. I think this is great opportunity. I'm so happy to be here. Today, I will talk about the collaboration of Lenovo Japan and Casio. We aim to make popular ICT stationary products in the fast-developing ICT environment and education at Japanese schools. I would like to introduce our efforts and efforts of both the companies in education. There are 4 parts of my presentation. First, I will talk about us and Casio Computing's projects and products for education. And then I will pass the mic over to Lenovo Japan, and they will introduce their educational initiatives. And the next topic is about our new joint project with Lenovo Japan and Casio. We have this new project that we launched for the educational market in Japan. We announced it July this year. And then we will spend the rest of the time to do a talk here on stage to discuss about what is happening in the educational scene today in Japan and what both companies can do to contribute to the education in Japan. So the first topic, this is Casio Computing's part. Again, my name is Uejima of Education Business of Casio. I'm going to talk about our products and projects that we do for education. Well, many of you may know Casio Computing for our products of G-Shock brand, and also maybe for musical instruments like keyboards, registers, or calculators. So we have many product lines. But in fact, education is a very important business unit of Casio. It's the second largest business unit after the watch business. I will first introduce an overview of this business. And then I will also talk about a solution we provide to schools, which is called ClassPad.net. So these are the 2 core products in education provided by Casio. The first one is electronic dictionaries. In Japan, high school students use this as an inevitable tool for their language studies. They use this calculator at school. The other calculator is a scientific calculator. This may be not so well known in Japan, but it is also a very important tool used in mathematics classes in Europe and other countries in the world. Mathematics and languages are the areas we support students for their studies. And that's why we provide these 2 tools. And actually, we are the #1 company in this product area, in these product areas. The mission of Casio's education business is to support classrooms with technology. It is not just about introducing a product, because we don't stop there. We want to leverage technology for education. We provide after service and recommendations of how to use the product and help end to end, making sure that technology aid classes and education really penetrates and become established. And this is why we work globally with many educational partners to co-develop our educational products. We talk with academic experts like teachers. We also communicate with many national institutes of education to learn the latest insights, and we infuse those insights into our product development. We also have our own educational professionals located in many places across the globe. So we really build this strong intelligence and knowledge base to help local teachers. During the pandemic, many schools had to close, and this actually significantly accelerated the advancements of educational ICT in many countries, and the biggest change happened in Japan. Japan is a great example. this year, now every student in elementary school and junior high now is provided a device to use in the classroom. And this movement is also growing in high schools too. So we, as Casio, provide this solution called ClassPad.net to schools. Now there are devices provided to students, but still the schools of teachers and students are not sure how to leverage the devices, and that's why we provide support. The concept of ClassPad.net is digitalization of students' desktop. This is a complete one-stop platform which covers all of the learning needs in a classroom. This is an application. I have a video to introduce the features. There are 4 key characteristics of this solution, ClassPad.net: digital note-taking feature, e-dictionary feature, mathematical calculating tool feature, and also teaching assistance feature. So let's start with the digital notebook feature. So it's a full digitalization of the student's notebook. And they can post web links and images. So students can use this to help put their ideas together. And the second feature is the online dictionary tool. Because we are the leader in dictionary products, we leveraged our insights, and this calculation result can be also integrated with notebooks. And the third feature is mathematic tool. So essential studying of mathematics is enabled by using this dynamic graphs and charts and these tools. The fourth feature is teaching assistance. Teachers and students can exchange information through the digital notebook. So teachers can give work assignments, and the list of tasks are shown here on the screen as you just saw here. So this is, again, a complete platform to cover all the needs in the classroom. We provide to educational institutes a product beta at free of charge of what you just saw. If you are interested, please feel free to reach out to us. We can create a license for your students and teachers. So I'll be happy if you can contact me. Thank you. This is my presentation. I will now pass the mic over to Lenovo.
Hello, I'm Osuga of Lenovo Japan. At the booth of Casio, I'm asked to have a discussion. As Mr. Ojima mentioned earlier, I would like to introduce Lenovo. In addition to that, why Lenovo has jointly working together with Casio. So this is something I would like to discuss with you now. With respect to this slide, this shows a smarter technology for all. Deliver benefits derived from technology to all. This is the mission of Lenovo. As you find over this slide, not just the PC devices, but also server storage. In addition to that, mobile terminals are also carried by us. Throughout this technology, we would like to enrich the lives of people. That is our mission. This shows the org chart in Japan. In Japan, under the joint venture with NEC, we have NEC Lenovo Japan Holdings Group underneath Lenovo Enterprise Solutions Lenovo Japan. This is how we are rolling out our business. I'm working at Lenovo Japan and involved in the educational business development. As was discussed earlier, when it comes to the servers and storage, Lenovo Enterprise Solution is in charge. Motorola Mobility Japan is working over the Motorola's terminals. Actually, with Fujitsu, we have a joint venture company that is Fujitsu Client Computing, but it is separated from the legal entity perspective. Now, this covers the global coverage, 180 countries and regions where we have the inroad, and locations for the development is available, 15 in the world, and the number of employees tops 71,000. The device is bought every 4 seconds. We do have an innovation center, the AI Innovation Center, where we have 4 of them. As was covered in the beginning of this session, we have a corporate vision, a so-called smarter technology for all. With the computing power, we will support digital transformation of companies. Therefore, we have 3 areas to roll out our business. One is a smarter device, PCs, device, workstations, and peripheral devices, especially under the COVID-19 situation. The remote working is taking place more often. Therefore, the PC devices are catering to each one's needs, and also the peripheral equipment is provided. The second one is smarter collaboration. In particular, like today, online, it is held over online. But when it's come, we like to work over the hybrid tool. Some product, including the headsets, but these are the other devices we deliver. The third area is smarter infrastructure. In particular, it's not just covering on a cloud side, but so-called edge computing or the edge domain, like tablet terminals or something that is used at the plant that is a dedicated terminals, including those terminals and devices. We have been releasing different products. Now, starting from here, I'd like to cover the initiatives of the business in educational sector. With respect to this slide, it is a K-12, it means a primary, junior high school and high school's market share. We are focusing on the education area. In the world, we provide the highest number of PCs, 21.6%, where the Lenovo PC is used, and students are studying, utilizing our PCs. And here, it just started last year as a GIGA school. And this shows the market share of primary school and junior high school. And Lenovo stands at 28.1%, but this combines with Windows and Chrome OS. Now, at the primary and high school, junior high school, it was realized as to the implementation of 1 terminal or 1 device per each or per individual. Now, as for this slide, this shows the PCs for educational purpose by Lenovo. Relatively speaking, about 5 years ago, the educational cloud and low-cost personal computers were provided in a consistent manner. Therefore, we have a diversified portfolio of PCs. For example, the education board, where some of the education boards have introduced PCs, but besides PCs more recently. But for PCs, it's not just to implement PCs. It is necessary to think of the reuse of the PCs. Therefore, we also focus on that. In relation to that, as Mr. Uejima discussed earlier, in July, we did a press release. Lenovo and Casio, as we have the common mission. It means that in the sector of education, we have a passion. Therefore, we decided to collaborate together. So for us, it's smarter technology for all students. And with the ClassPad.net, especially, we were able to provide the feature to be released. from the reusage perspective, well, there is the different orders, but more recently, there is a collective programming by us all. So that tool has been released by Lenovo in order for the reusage for reusage. So the educational content provided, actually there are 4 characteristics. This accommodates for all school grade, primary, junior high school, and high school. In addition to that, it is compliant with the school guidelines. The third one is it would mitigate the preparation load of teachers for programming with the programming learning tools, as some of the topics and questions are ready. By utilizing that, it is not necessary for teachers to prepare from the scratch. The fourth one, what you see on the left-hand side, it is a character design. Well, actually, you see both sides of the slide. When it comes to the programming, maybe you think it is challenging or maybe difficult to initiate or to work on. However, by utilizing character designs, it would give some friendly impression. So this time, with the collaboration of Casio, we have released the ClassPad.net for Lenovo. This is just a particular product for us. As Mr. Uejima explained earlier, with this ClassPad.net, this narrows down some features or delimited some features. And we have limited to 3 contents, that is English to Japanese, Japanese to English, and mother tongue or local language. In addition to that, there is a liaison with the digital side. Therefore, hopefully we'll be able to promote usage. So this is the wrap-up. STEM learning tool and digital dictionary plus digital note. Now, the GIGA device could be utilized more effectively in terms of the usage, and hopefully that it would expedite such usage moving forward. Lastly, but not least, as the title shows, we aim at smarter technology for all students. This excellent technology will be used for the support of a transformation of education. Hopefully that will be realized. Thank you very much. Now, we are going to have some interview session. So I am serving a moderator.
Both companies do not really have been perceived to be players in education, but why have you decided to focus so much on the educational area? Uejima-san of Casio? Yes. Casio Computing is our official business name, and as the name embodies, computing machines and calculators is where we originally started. So scientific calculators, all type of calculators. First, we had products for professionals and experts from around 1970s. We saw the discussion rising to leverage the calculator products more in mathematics classes and leverage it for education. So our business mission is to create and contribute. And our technology as Casio, we believe that it can contribute the best in education. So one of the great areas that we can contribute is education. And as I touched on this in my presentation earlier, it is not just about like introducing a great product in the market. We shouldn't stop there. We have to make changes in education. We have to penetrate and establish good educational approaches. And that's what we want to deliver. So that's why not only introducing product, we also support end-to-end to penetrate good education. Osuga-san of Lenovo, please. Yes. Yes, I also talked about this in my presentation too. Our corporate vision is smarter technology for all, for everyone, to everyone. We want to make everyone's life better through technology. And because it says for all, education is part of it. Younger generation is important because to enrich lives, to have people to live lives, education from early stage in the life is key. That's why globally Lenovo is focusing a lot in educational business. Thank you very much. Yes, I can feel the very strong passion behind your businesses. What is the change that you expect in the Japanese educational industry? Rijima-san, yes. We have already expanded our educational business in over 100 countries across the globe. And the biggest impact of the pandemic has been seen in Japan. If you are a parent of a child in elementary or junior high school, you may know over 98% of local public schools have now provided one device per student and to be used in classes. 2 years ago, nobody imagined this. So every student has a device in the classroom. And the third grade junior high school students will proceed to high school next year. Are they going to go back to paper after they finish junior high and go to high school? That's not, I don't think that's going to happen. That's unlikely. That's why there is a big advancements of ICT also in high school education. So now we are seeing more and more devices in schools, but as we said earlier, using the devices really in an efficient way is still an opportunity. There are devices, but not the contents there. Teachers also are facing this challenge. And Casio is providing programs and apps, and we want to continue this effort to support further. Thank you very much. Osuga-san, please. I completely agree with Uejima-san. GIGA School initiative was launched last year, and the launch was pulled up very early than expected because it was originally planned to take 3 years. So a big shift in Japanese education is happening right now. In my presentation, I said that elementary school and junior high school GIGA school introduction has been supported by over 2 million PCs supplied by Lenovo. That has been a big project. And procuring the supply, also introducing them to schools has been a very big job, big project. And now, yeah, we have successfully delivered all the PCs to schools, but what do we need to do next? How do we manage the devices? How do we support? We have to have the devices used. Otherwise, it's just like a paperweight sitting on the paper, not doing anything. So that's why we are working together with Casio to make sure that the products are really used on site. And also when we think about high school GIGA program is also advancing. So reform in education is happening.
Thank you very much. So in a rapid manner, there is a change to the Japanese education as a provider. What is your thoughts to contribute to the educational sector? Uejima-san of Casio, please. As Mr. Osuga said, the classpad.net, which was introduced today, so it was April we released as a beta version, and it was July that we said we made an announcement with Lenovo. So under this sea-changing environment, when it comes to the education, actually it is very slow to move forward. However, I feel that it is moving forward. So far, we have been selling the electronic dictionaries or calculators. And if we were just to carry the same one, we can't contribute. And of course, we will keep working on the hardware. However, what is optimal as a learning tool for the personal computer environment, what we thought is including how it is utilized should be under consideration, and it also needs to be proposed. Now, with respect to the PC's usage, maybe we should take root those usage of personal computers like the pencils and erasers. Thank you very much. That's what we would like to contribute. Now, Osuga-san, your turn. Likewise, Mr. Uejima, it is no surprise when it comes to the device manufacturers of PCs. The performance of the hardware should be heightened. That is, of course, given the expectation, but beyond that, with utilizing such hardware, what sort of fun that we could have, what excitement that we could deliver. It is important to demonstrate that, I believe, to that end, applications or solutions should be put into our thought. And one of them is that as we are collaborating with the Casio, that is the ClassPad.net, which will become a hook, one of the hook in the educational sector, hopefully. Thank you very much. While I'm listening to your discussion, collaboration of Lenovo and Casio that shows a light or shed the light on the education sector. But we wanted to hear more. However, in the interest of time, I would like to close this session. Thank you very much for your participation.